APNU Member of Parliament Vanessa Kisson, who represents the Linden community, was called to the stand this morning as the Linden Commission of Inquiry got back to work after a one-week break. Kisson testified that on July 18, after assisting some elderly women away from the scene as tear gas was being fired, she saw a police officer she identified as Assistant Superintendent Stanton run past her with persons yelling that he had just shot someone. She said after he passed her, he looked around and fired a shot in her direction.
In fact, I was heading back to that area. I heard someone shouting, "A man got shoot, a man get shoot," in the exact language. And I saw, while running, going towards the bridge again, after I heard a man got shot, I saw a police officer running, coming towards me. That's coming from the bridge area, towards me, in my direction. In fact, he ran past me. And I was confused because here was a police running. He ran past me and persons were saying, "That is the police that shot the man." And when he heard that, that police officer turned around because he was already past me. And he turned and he aimed the shot and fired in my direction. I stood there, I was shocked, confused, didn't know what to do, and all I said to myself, well, this is it.
This policeman, do you know him?
Yes, I do.
Do you know his name?
Commander Stanton.
During questioning by attorney for the police, Hukum Chand, Kisson was quizzed about the day's activities and whether rules for the march were being followed and why persons had decided to stop on the bridge. She said she was told by the persons that they stopped on the bridge to rest.
Did they rest from 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock?
Sir, I don't know what's your definition of the term resting, but I say again that would be questions for those persons who said that they needed to rest. I cannot determine the length of time that people rest.
Do you know the bridge to be a place of rest?
I don't think that's an appropriate question, and I will not answer that.
Commission members later grilled Kisson about why, in her submitted statement, she did not include the name of the officer she said shot at her, and whether she did not see that as a vital piece of evidence, rather than wait until today's hearings to announce that officer's name. Kisson said she only responded to questions posed by her attorney, who took the statement.
When you said you saw the police, were you referring to anyone in particular?
Commander Stanton, sir.
Is there a particular reason why you did not identify him by name?
If you notice, sir, if I could explain.
Is there a particular reason why you did not identify him by name?
No, sir.
Wouldn't the name of the person go a far way in identifying him?
I honestly, sir, I answered.
Wouldn't the name of the person go a far way in identifying him?
Yes, sir.
Is there a particular reason why you chose to give a description and not a name?
I answered based on what my attorney asked.
Did the attorney ask you whether or not you could identify the person?
Yes.
And having been asked whether or not you could identify the person, didn't you regard the name as particularly important in that exercise?
At the time, no, sir, I didn't. I wasn't thinking. I just gave a description of the person.
The APNU Member of Parliament was grilled about whether she was telling the truth, and she said she was. She wrapped up her testimony and left the stand just before lunch. The Commission is looking into the events of July 18 that resulted in the deaths of 3 Linden protesters and the events that followed those shooting deaths.